variables, expressions, and statements. One of the most powerful features of a programming language is the ability to manipulate variables. What is a variable? A variable is a name that refers to a value. Okay. In other words, a variable is a container that can hold a value. They use it to represent. Okay. The best example is you go out to buy a new phone. When you go and buy a new phone, I don't think they will give the phone to you in your hand. What you be expecting, the phone will be wrapped in a phone box neatly for you. I don't think you go and buy a phone, they will give it the phone to you just like that, so naked. You will not accept that. So the box that the phone is being kept is called a variable. The phone is a value, and the box becomes what? The variable. Alright. Now, assignments. A variable contains an assignment. Look at the example of a variable. So let's say that A is assigned to A. So yes, this is how you read. 4 is assigned to A. It's read backwards. 4 is assigned to what? A. I get it. 4 is assigned to A. It means that A is the box, and inside A is a value called 4. Alright. Now, the equal to sign here, you see, it's not called equal to, it's called assignment. In Python, this is equal to, this means A equal to 4. Are you getting it? But when you use only a single equal to sign, it becomes an assign. It means that 4 is assigned to A. A is assigned to 4. A is what? Assigned to what? 4. It means that when you say that give someone an assignment, now when you say, oh, I've assigned you to monitor these people, it means that those people are now placed under your care. So when they call you, they called the people who are placed under your care. So they don't need to call the people one by one, because they know that when they call you, they will know the people who are under your care. So when I call A like this, I'll have 4. Why? Because the 4 is in the care, and 4 is in the care of what? Of A. Are we here? So that is called what? An assignment. Okay. So the assignment creates what? A new variable and gives it what? A value. So we can say that age, okay, of an employee is assigned to 5. Rent age. When you put the age equal to 5 because you have called age, and age is assigned to what? 5. Alright. Let's move on to what variable names are. In Python, there are rules in naming what? Variables. And you have to be very careful, or you have to know them. So variable names in Python. Alright, so let's dive into variable names in Python. Alright. Programming generally choose names for, and programmers generally choose names for their variables that are meaningful. Alright. means that the variable should be meaningful. For instance, let's look at this. You want to print the basic information to somebody. You want the first name, the last name, and the age. So you start first, first name equals, let's say, Mark. Alright, last name equals, let's say, Harrison. Let's say age equals 34. Then let's look at this particular O2. F F name. Okay, we use the word F name. Or I'll say that Fn equals, or it's assigned to someone called Mark. Okay, then I also say Ln is assigned to someone called Harrison. Now say age. A.G. Age, okay. Age equals 34. Look at these two codes. Okay, you cannot choose what a variable just what is a keyword. For example, Python has its own word keywords. Okay, so when you go and search, you see, for you can't say class, okay, equals to 4. No, the class over here is a keyword. So you see that come green because it's a keyword. So you cannot name your variable using any of the Python word keyword. Or you say that print assigned to 56. No, the print is a what? It's a key word. You cannot use the print as a variable word name. But you don't have to memorize all the keywords. Okay, you just have to know a few of them. Okay, a few of them. All right. Now let's talk about the expressions and statements. Expressions and what? Statements. All right. The question is, what is an expression and what is a statement? This confuses a lot, but let's do our best to understand it. An expression is a combination of values, variables, and operators. A value all by itself is considered as an expression, and so it's a variable. So let's the following and examples of what expressions that are legal or legal. Let's say 35. 35 is an expression. It's just an expression. It's a value, okay, or a variable or an operator on its own. 35 is a what? It's an expression. If you type 35, you get what? 35. N is an expression. Type in, you get what? An N. You get it? So, yeah, I guess what? Now, Do we get it? All right. Let's keep moving on. So when you type an expression at the prompt, the interpreter will evaluate it, which means that it finds the value of the expression, and then it's what it just bring it out or execute it. So let's look at an example right here. Let's say that we give n equals, let me say 23. Okay, then I come into the next and I say that n plus 20, and I run. You see, name n is not defined. Okay, let me define my n. Let me run it. So let me run it again. You get 43. Okay, what's happening here? In this particular scenario, n has the value of 23, and n plus 25 has a n plus 20 has the value of 43. It means this is an expression. They are made up of values, variables, and operators. What of a statement? A statement is a unit of code that has an effect. You see, the statement has an effect. Has what? An effect. What do I mean by that? Just like creating a variable or displaying a value. So what the difference between this? Let me say a equals 15. Okay, then I use the print function to invoke a, and I get 15. Are you looking at this one? So you see that now this particular one has an effect because I use what we call a print function. So it becomes what? A statement. The first line you are saying is an assignment statement that gives a value to a. The second line is a print statement that displays the value of a. So when you type a statement, the interpreter executes it, which means that it does whatever the statement says. In general, statements don't have values. Statements do not have what? Values. Because the interpreter executes it. And it's like they are in command or instructions to the interpreter to perform. So the print is a statement, but a equals 15 becomes an expression. That's the difference. Alright. The last section, then we end this particular lesson. In mathematics, we have what we call order of operation. But before I come to order of operation, let me go to comments. In the last videos, we spoke about comments, okay, and how the Anaconda AI can help us to comment our value. So when I click on this one and I was commenting, I'll click on my Anaconda assistant, and I'll say add comments to the selected text, and Anaconda will do that perfectly for me, okay? Perfectly for me. Alright, so we can see that if I import this, our Anaconda has already give us what. So I prefer it being inline, okay? I like it to be what? Inline. Okay, so I like my commenting to be inline so that I can read it much better. So this is for an inline, okay? Meaning that it is just aligned to it. So define variable a with the value 15, then print the value of the variable a to the constant. So that is what the commenting is all was about. So these are the very basics of what Python. In our next lesson, we will look at data types. So this is where the lesson ends. The question and answer forum will open. You ask the question, answer, and then I will help you.